Hello everyone, welcome back. Here I am again, another Coffee with Kelly. Missed you guys, I really did. I had a lot of things going on the last couple of weeks, and I really needed to dedicate myself to do that because I don't know about you, but this new 2016 year of fruition is really flying. I mean, it's a big time. I don't know about you guys, but January for me was like a big month of manifestation. It was culminations of everything that's been put together, and I had a lot of studying to do, and I decided to change my course in my doctorate to because of the creative ideas. I don't know about you guys, but I had some crazy dreams. I mean, creative writing process was just way off kilter, and I finally handed in my exam, so I was kind of on the down on a hiatus for a little bit because I had to do some studying, and I'm preparing to do that, and I kind of want to change my dissertation to something that came to me creative dreams. So, not only going along with the metaphysical and the psychological parts of philosophy, I was also looking um, at physics, at quantum physics, and how quantum science can relate in a metaphysical universe. So that's where I'm at right now, and it's going to be something really exciting. And there's, I'm writing a book about it, and it's going to be awesome. And my brain is working to the part now where I need actually somebody from MIT to actually make me my, I want to say, healing machine, because I'm thinking going back to the very minute presence of the universe and how we were created and find our healing there from the original elements and the original place where we were created from. And it's mind blowing what I think about. I'm thinking like hyperbolic chamber, kind of where you go in, get compressed, and your cells are reset back to the way they were. So that's where my mind is at right now. And we're at the 1st of February. So happy February, everybody, the month of pink love. And we made it through without having too much of a bad winter here in Chicago, which was really great for us because usually we're in some kind of crazy polar vortex, and about right now we kind of look like hibernated bears. But this year has been very springish and very enlightening, and I hope it continues like that, and I hope everybody's doing well. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about tomorrow. Tomorrow is February 2nd, and February 2nd is what everybody knows, it's Groundhog's Day, and that's where we see if we're going to have 6 more weeks of winter, or spring is going to start early. Obviously spring here in Chicago, you see it's bright and sunny here, so spring has already started, so birds are singing, yay. But we also have something in my descent, in the Irish descent, that we celebrate tomorrow, and it's called Ebalk. And Ebalk is like the Candlemas, or it is the Feast of Bree. She is the patron goddess, Irish goddess of healing, and she's the one who brings spring on. And she's the goddess of fire, the goddess of healing, and the goddess of spring. So she uses transformational powers of fire through the healing entity of water to bring about spring and rebirth. So it's kind of like Groundhog's Day also for any Celtic people. And the story is almost very similar to where Bree, the goddess Bree, will come out, and if it is sunny outside, it means there's an extension of winter. It's the quite opposite, because people go out and they collect wood to be able to last the rest of the winter. So if it's sunny out, that means you're able to collect wood, and she's able to go back to rest. Now, if a lot of people in our culture, if it's colder out, Bree would actually come out of hibernation, and she would kickstart spring by bringing up heat or fire. So we're kind of the opposite. Well, actually, no, because if the groundhog sees the shadow, because it's sunny, he runs away. So it's the same thing, except we use a goddess instead of a hedgehog. That's about the difference there. And also, February 3rd, Mars is angling Pluto. Now, you know, Mars is the planet of action and getting things done. And then Pluto is like the planet of empowerment. It's like the power. So these are like great business opportunities for everybody, especially on Wednesday. And it's like a good day to discuss finances and any kind of paperwork you want to get signed. I mean, this is like, even if you're into your own business and you're looking for a business op, this is time where you get to sit down with somebody who can actually help you finance that business. This is a good time to go over like insurance policies and anything that has to do with your personal finances, 401k plans, any kind of thing like that, IRAs, anything that would have to do with your financial stability. This is the time to do it, because this is you have the power from the action of Mars and the power or the empowerment of Pluto. So it's going to be great this whole entire week, any kind of business opportunity. And on February 5th, it's going to be even better, because of February 5th, which is Friday, it's going to, Venus is going to kind of like connect to Pluto in Mars. And you know, Venus is love, but it's still in the empowerment of love with the business connection there. So it's like, we even have the goddess Venus backing us up, saying, do it, do it, do it, because it's there. That's what you need to do. So if you had a time where you needed to sign papers and you can get like the maximum out of that, whatever you ask for, it's basically your wish come true this week. So do that. What do we also have? We have the sun in Aquarius through the 19th, and that's great because the sun is fire and action and empowerment, and it is the center of the life of our universe. And Aquarius is all about thought and creative ideas, and poetic writing and painting and music, anything that has to do with the arts. That's Aquarius. Aquarius is air sign. It's thought. So those little things that are popping in your brain right now in the sun sign, it's like, boing, the light bulb went on. That's what we have all through until the 19th of February. And then Jupiter we have in Virgo all month. And you know, Jupiter is the planet of expansion and abundance. And it's in the sign of Virgo, which also is the sign of abundance. It's an earth sign, and it is what is our material possessions here. So we'll have all month to really, really work on having great stability in our material possessions, in our, you know, and things that we ask for. It's basically, you have the Midas touch this month with Jupiter and Virgo. And then we have Mercury in Capricorn, and Mercury, great, we're out of Mercury retrograde, and we're, you know, trudging through, and the message is in Capricorn. And you know, Capricorn are very loving, homey kind of people, and Capricorn is like the goat that gets up to the top of the mountain. So your message is that you're there, so go ahead and work on your abundance and work on your Jupiter that's in Virgo, and work on your thoughts from this, you know, Aquarius and the sun, and definitely work on those business ventures that you have with Mars angling Pluto, with Venus all around there, giving you guys like the big pink protection of love around that. So it's like a big bubble of do it. Then we have Mars in Scorpio all month. That's the only kind of thing that'll throw us off, because Mars is action and fire, and Scorpio is like deep feelings and thoughts, and we're still flowing with this since January. So, you know, you could go either way. You can have either deep, passionate feelings, or you can have, like I was talking about before, the snake in the grass. So you got to watch out. Keep your antennas up when you're doing your business deals and everything. Your intuition is going to tell you what's the right choice for you to do. We also have Saturn in Sagittarius all month. Okay, so Sagittarius, anybody who's a Sagittarius out there, Saturn is the planet of learning lessons. So right now you might be like in a Saturn return kind of thing, where you are just being bombarded by all kinds of things that you either need to release or enhance or manifest. So it's all about you guys getting these lessons that are coming in on Sagittarius. And Uranus is in Aries all month, which is great for me because I'm an Aries, and let me tell you, it has been totally working for me, because Uranus is all about like social freedom and how to help the world and how to do greater good assisting humanity in nature. And it's also about science and technology, and it'll give you directions on which way you want to go. Um, so that's, I've been having those explosive creative ideas of making these like futuristic hyperbolic chambers to heal our bodies, because we can go beyond using physical products and chemicals that go into our body and go back to what we were originally made of and make our body the way we came to earth back to its original form without using any kind of physical mass to put in our body, where we could use the original elements, the original particle, the original subatomic particles on compression and fire and air and water, and that whole thing that made like the Big Bang happen can make us well again. And that's what I'm looking towards doing with my healing process. And, thank God that I'll be living to 111 years old, because it's going to take me that long just to learn how to do all that stuff. And, I'm really, really pushing my poor son, who's not really all about that, to help me in the physics department, because, he's young, and why not go to MIT and study quantum physics so you can help your mom build a hyperbolic chamber. But we'll see how that goes, because he's a music guy, and he's a Pisces and emotional, so that's how that goes. But I have a little guy who's also an Aries, and he loves math, and so maybe that's my opportunity, but he's still only 8 years old, so we're working on that too. So we have Neptune and Pisces all month, and they kind of go conjunct because, Neptune is like the king of the ocean, and so is Pisces. So that's, the emotional, you got to go with the flow with that. And that's also a lot of loving and flowing energy and healing, because water heals. We're 70% of water, so whenever you don't feel good, jump in the shower and just let it all go down the drain and just let it go. Just let it go, and then when you're done, go stand by the window and let the sun just, absorb the, the light of the sun, and you'll feel wonderful. Let me tell you, especially during the winter months when you feel like you got, jungle fever all stuck in the house. That's a good way to do it, and then always finish off with a little bit of coffee or tea or whatever floats your boat. And Pluto, we have in Capricorn all month, and Pluto has a lot to do with health. Pluto has a lot to do with like reproductive health. And like in males, it would be like prostate and things like that, and in females, it would be like urinary systems and kidneys and reproductive organs and ovaries and that kind of stuff. So Pluto being in Capricorn all month, and Capricorn is the lovey-dovey home goat that stays at home. You gotta kind of be careful, because when you got some reproductive organs from Pluto working with Capricorn being at home stuck up in winter, there might be some babies later on, like September, October. So you never know. That's what happens when you have Pluto in Capricorn. Babies get made. And then we have our true node in Virgo. And, Virgo is, like I said, material manifestation here on Earth. It's grounding. It's loving. It's stability. So that's good to have kind of our node in stability. And if you hear any noise, we have like people outside working on our trees, because we had like a huge, crazy vortex storm here that literally ripped trees right out of the roots, and they're just getting to fixing all of the trees that needed to be fixed, because a lot of them got hurt, poor trees, but they're getting a haircut out there, so if you hear any noise, that's what that is. So for my cards this week, I'm going to do, since it's the month of love and it's February, I'm going to do the Guardian Angel, very loving tarot cards. And it's a big deck, it's like all 78 of them in there, so I'm going to knock them out and shuffle them up and pick 3 cards, one for the beginning, one for the middle, and one for the ending of the week. And, the first one came up for the beginning. And these cards are very loving, and and they're pink and they got roses, so it's very in tune with February, and they have little angels on them. They're really pretty. And I'm also asking that any guidance that comes here comes as a direct and clear message directly from source, directly from our creator, and there won't be any kind of other things that could jump in there, because I'm asking that this is the only path that I would take towards that. So that's how I do my cards, and you see how they just pop right up. This one just like, so that was the middle of the week. You can't really see when I shuffle here. And you see this one, I just did like that and it popped out. So boom, that's the end of the week. So for the beginning of the week, we have 9 of Thought. Now 9 goes along with what our year is. That's the year of fruition, and the 9 of Thought is the 9 of Air. And it's a sword sign, but it's also a very loving sign, because you see there's a little girl there, and she just played so hard and jumped on the bed and played with every toy that she had in our room that she just wore herself out. She just has no energy left, so she like leans up against the chair to take a nap because she's just like frazzled out. And I could kind of feel that, because let me tell you, January was like a whoosh month. I mean, it was like I was studying. I had 48 final exams that were due. I understand. This is that little girl. That was me. So that's why you haven't seen me these last 2 weeks, because I had to get all those final exams in, and I wasn't here. I had to go, and get everything turned into the university. So, the 9 of Thought, or the 9 of Air, the 9 of Swords, 9 is fruition. That kind of means that you just like came to the end where you just can't handle anymore. You need to take a break. And it also says, don't be so hard on yourself. You need to turn your thoughts to the positive, because what you speak, first of all, when you manifest things, you start from your heart, from your divine source in your soul. And when you feel those creative ideas here, they go to your mind, and your mind starts thinking different ways to manifest that, and it brings spoken word to your mouth, and you, from your words, bring that out to the universe. And when you are talking positively, we are all in an electromagnetic system here. We could either be the positive side of the magnet or the negative. And what you put out, that's what the universe thinks you want to attract. So you got to remain positive, so you're attracting the positiveness. You don't want to attract the negativity, because that sticks on you. We are made up of little tiny vortexes that are imploded within each other, and we are just a solidified piece of light, because we have stopped moving at the speed of light, and we were able to like solidify. That's all we really are. And our vibrational level is so down that we are able to physically see ourselves manifesting. So that's probably why we can never find other beings on other planets that are just like us, because not everybody's on the same vibrational level. Most people are going at the speed of light, so they actually are light. They actually are energy, and when you stretch out that wavelength, you're depleting the energy. So we basically are we have been stretched out to where we are depleted energy, and we are manifested physical mass. So that's basically how you can explain what we are. But when you keep bringing the positive, you're raising that vibrational level up, so you can once again go the speed of light and be who your true purpose is, your true source, your true person. So there's no need to worry. The 9 of Thought is telling you that thinking about the worst is not very effective. It's not where you need to be. You have to keep those thoughts, once you get some kind of angry, vengeful, worry, I don't have enough, I'm not good enough kind of thought, you need to stop, correct it, get out like your virtual, a whiteout, correct that in your thought before it creates a pattern of cognizance in your mind, and then that's what you would always expect is the negative. So if you correct that before it even turns into the thought process, it keeps it from storing itself in the storage of your soul. It keeps it from creating synapses of a pattern in the cognizance of your conscience, and you create new positive patterns that your brain will automatically think that way. Even if it sees a dire situation, it will still think that you could always find a blessing in disguise, even in dire circumstances. So that's the reason why you don't need to worry. And you just, if you feel overwhelmed, just give it to God. Just think that we are never alone. And whatever you believe in, creator, source, God, higher being, higher self, higher God mind, the universe, primal energy, whatever you believe in, give your worries over to that, because you have other things here that you need to do on earth to be able to manifest your true life purpose. And you can't be worrying about things because you were placed here with a purpose and with a plan. And if you worry about how that's going to manifest, then you're not going to get your work done that you need to be done, and you'll keep getting those Saturn returns making you go, hey, wake up. That's what we got to do. So know that heaven will provide you with the solution. There you go. And if you're experiencing sleepless nights, January was the official month of the insomniacs. Let me tell you, I have other friends that are motivational speakers, and people in my family that I talk to, other people that are around that are experiencing this shift, this change, and they're trying to be positive in their path, and they were insomniacs too. Yes, most of them had crazy dreams like I did, and you write endless scriptures of notebooks with all your creativity in there and creative writings, but you can't have any anxiety over any challenges that you have in your life. You just need to release the problem to your angels, or to your source, or to your God, or to your higher self, and continue on, my darlings. That's just the way it is. It's like, oops, and move on. So that's the 9 of thought. That's the beginning of the week. So it's telling you, take a break. Don't worry about it. And let's see, which way did I go? This one. Okay. Now we have the 5 of abundance. And the 5 of abundance is the earth sign. It's the pentacle. It's, it's the 5 of pentacles. And you see here how it has like the big sister and little sister holding hands and helping each other. She's going to go help her with her homework. So this is kind of a time of, helping out people in your home or at your work, or somebody who needs a little push, your kids with their homework. And it says there's a time when everybody needs a hand. Your angels want you to know that you don't have to go through any of the problems alone. And 5 is stability. So you really don't have to worry about that. It's change, but it's a stable change. It's a positive change. It's another way when somebody else helps you out. It's another way of looking at a problem and having creative ideas to be able to solve that. So accept the help around the people around you, and any situation that you experience that might seem very challenging at the moment. You might have problems with your job, or they're downsizing, or you're out of a job, or you're having problems in your relationship. All of that is temporary. All of those things, we're on a wheel. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, but it never stops revolving, and we never stop evolving. So it says just be patient with yourself, and accept help. And it says, right now is kind of a downtime in work, because during the winter months, there's a lot of changes in the workforce. There's less hours, there's less. Don't worry about it. This is the spring. There's always a downtime. The winter is the downtime. It's a time to reflect, go in and study. Because when you come out, and spring will always bring back life and new work and more opportunities, and you want to come out refreshed with new ideas and with new things to offer. So when you do get that new job, or that new position, or a new arrangement of whatever you need, you have more knowledge to add to that, to where your value of your physical body is now worth more. So that's a good time. That's a good way to look at it. So don't worry, because we have the five of abundance, and even though it says it's going to be a change right now, it's still abundant. So there is still ways of seeing things positive in that. It's still coins. Don't worry about it. And to end the week, we have another nine. We have the nine of emotions. So we are really on the nines this week. And emotions are the water signs, and I want to say it's cups, and nine, like I said, is fruition. And this is a magical time in your life. You see, she's all full of little green clovers. So that means it's not really luck. It's just the blessing, because it's a magical blessing that you're here right now in the present. And we have you here on this earth because we need you. We really, really need you to raise the earth the way that we need to work as a collective consciousness here on this planet. And it says this is like make a wish card. Your wishes come true. It might seem that good luck is following you, but actually these happy times are not good luck. It's a reward for you being such a loving and wonderful person. So don't think that just because you got the shamrocks on that you have good luck, because like I said, there's nothing really that is luck. That anything is more than a blessing, because this is you reaping. Number nine, the reaping, the fruition, the harvesting of all your hard work and all of your wonderful, loving aspects that you put out, and all the energy that you are transmitting into our universe and onto our planet, because we really are having a kind of hard time right now. And I know I really don't like watching the news, but let me tell you, the things that I do see, they break my heart. And we need to have a lot of us, a lot, we need you to raise those vibrational levels so people see that there's another way to live. There is another way to live. And that's through being loving and helping and wonderful. And your angels are also asking you to enjoy life and have more fun. So think about it. If you have a downtime right now with where you're in between work, out of work, going to work, coming from work, this could be a good time, especially now with, Valentine's Day coming up. You could take like a little mini vacation and get away, go get in a jacuzzi or something, or, pamper yourself, get in some water, and get those business opportunities going with Mars, that's with Pluto, and with Venus surrounding all of that with love in this beautiful month of pink love in February. Okay, everybody, so I'm so happy to see you again, and I'm sending you tons of blessings, tons of light, and I really invite everybody else in to hold that light too in your own special way. And anything you do, anytime you act positive, you are holding the light. Anytime you help somebody, you're holding the light. Anytime that you do something wonderful or just love yourself, every time you cry for something, you're holding the light, because that's showing that we are made and we still have hope as humanity, that we'll be able to raise our vibration levels and we'll be able to track across the universe at the speed of light once again. So tons of hugs and angel kisses, everybody. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. And don't forget to always hold the light. Bye, everybody.